Guys, it's me, it's Constance with Charming Custom Crafts here on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Though I need to add some pictures from last year, June to January, and then some from this time. I haven't been doing dailies per se anymore, so they'll probably just be maybe watermarked. So I said if on my live video of the first in the 7 series that I did a layout, and I decided that I was gonna teach it. It's pretty easy. This one is, especially for a first timer, I can get extremely complicated and detailed, and so I am trying not to do that on some of these. Not only because it's a quick one, but at the same time, to me, it's quick. But it might give you guys some inspiration, and those who haven't done it in a while, hopefully you guys will also do it. So I'm going to show you the layout. I actually call this one Merry and Bright. This one actually is going to go to for my son's second Christmas. Second Christmas, right after I found I was pregnant with my daughter. So I mean, it was the first time he got a chance to go out and play in the snow. So here is the cute, adorable layout I did for him. I've always done so many layouts for my daughter that I thought it was time that I started doing more for him. So I have this wreath that I'm going to show you how I did this. Now, I'm going to be able to take a family photo or a picture with Santa and put it here. And then either use an original picture or find a picture and trim it down or print it out smaller. But I did have these. This is actually considered confetti. I got this at Walmart a long time ago. These foam stars here are also Walmart's for those who are picking up stuff. And then, I don't know what I did with that other one. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I left it out. So I put some stars, and it's got 2 layers of paper. It's got snowflake paper at the back. It's got black paper here. I'm going to explain what this is in a minute, but I also put pockets. If you guys follow me, then you know. And this is an Big Idea sticker. It's from Tuesday morning, I believe. So I'm going to share the pockets, and if you guys know me, I love pockets. So I have another one here. It's a 4x6, and I always go 4.5 by 6, and then I go up another 1/2 inch. And I think, did I put any more in there? I don't know if I did or not. But, no, I didn't. But I can actually put extra stuff in it, like events, any type of details on stuff. So these are adhered all the way down, but this one gives that chance to write on both sides, or picture on both sides. So it gave me that extra oomph. So I want to explain what this piece is. And I know, and a lot of you guys, you might think I'm a little wacky. This is why I said that I can take anything in your house and make you a craft room from your junk drawers and from a lot of other places. In this case, this was a bag I found, if I can find it. It's in here, I think. If not, I gotta go digging for it. It's actually from a Christmas bag that I picked up just because of it. Now, I saved this extra piece here. That's one of the sides. I have to look at my scraps. I'm pretty sure I put it there because I don't have it here. Okay, so while I'm talking to you, you're going to see this. I brought out some papers. The one that I'm going to actually do is going to be slightly different. And so I have to sit down because I keep my scraps. And then actually buy the bins from Joann's, and after working for them, I have learned to honestly screw them as much as I can. Right now there's a 60% coupon, especially if you text message. One thing, if you guys don't know, with Joann's, Joann's actually will do every coupon that they have, as long as the UPC code is different. Here it is. I saw the edge of it. And then they'll take competitors' coupons. They'll take Michael's and Joann, or Michael's and AC Moore. They used to take Hancock, but most of Hancock's have gone out. Sadly, but it is what it is. So I want to show you that this one's more the fancier side, but at the same time, I'm going to be able to show you how to do this. But this was the cutest stinking bag. And I set it over here where I can also put more over here, guys, so you guys can see that. So this one's a pretty easy setup. It's going to be slightly different only because I didn't have a second paper of this. So we're going to work with it. So here is exactly what I had. So we're going to do some fussy cutting because I don't always use my machine and I don't want to go back in and do exact lines because it can get confusing. Now I have this paper that coordinates with this and with the black and the red coloring. Now this, I sold a lot of this before and I actually will cut it apart and do different things with, but this is going to be my backing paper for the mats right here. Okay. And then I went ahead and cut one out, but I'm going to show you. And I used to sell a bunch of these, and I don't have any more to sell because I sold all my paper. I think I did. Yeah. At least what I had in stock right now. I'm going to restock towards the beginning of the year. But especially graphic. I know y'all love graphic. So I ended up cutting this out. This is a pop out anyway, so you can use it different ways. I always save the center section. So I already have one cut, as you guys can see. I'm going to stick this one over. Oop, don't want to put it on that, especially since I have to show you guys that stuff here shortly. So I have this set up. Now I'm going to do something a little bit different. Because of the layout, I'm actually going to use, if I can find it here, I do. I have a black 12 by 12 and I'm going to use that for the center because I'm going to try to chalk in some snowflakes. And then for the black, I'm actually going to, and trust me guys, I'm really anal about my glitter paper. So this one will stay at 12 by 12 with a black center. So it's going to be a little bit different, but it's still going to be cute. So we're going to fussy cut this because I've already got this set and we'll cut those out shortly. So I'm going to fussy cut. Now, I want you guys to notice here, I wanted to show you this. I actually, since I trimmed it on the side, I saved that little bird that's actually on the side here. So, again, one of my favorite bags I've ever had. And I don't want to trim him out yet, but I'm going to go out and trim right outside of him so I can cut him out because I got a kind of an estimate idea of what I'm doing anyway. The only part that I don't like, and it's not going to matter, and I say that because I'm not going to use this part of it. So I'm just going to cut. And usually when you fussy cut, you actually don't want to let go. And I don't know where my other scissors are. And it's driving me crazy because this used to be my sharper, you know, scissors. So, as I said in the live video, and if you guys don't know, this coming Wednesday will be the second of 7 in series of cards. My goal, and I hope to get to 100 cards for anybody to make, anywhere from beginner to at least intermediate. The more heavy hitter ones I will obviously, like with my machine, and we're going to stick him over because we're going to use the birdie. And then we'll use some printer stuff for you guys who has a printer at home. And if you don't have stamps, you don't have to use them. And there are different ways, and I will give you different apps that you can have a little bit more fun with. And I highly recommend that if you're going to follow me, be sure, if you're going to make cards, get your cardstock at Walmart, your white cardstock, your black cardstock, whether 8.5 by 11 and or 12 by 12s. It is the cheapest place to get it. So I'm not even going to have to worry about, I'm not even going to cut the fringe on this one. And then I'm just going to cut very close to the edge because there's no reason for me to cut any more than I have to because I actually have that piece put over. Oop, it's on the other side. It's okay the way I set it up. I actually have that one cut if I can find it. I may just use it. But that one already says Merry and Bright. And I may end up using this for a prize around Christmas. I do have my 10th annual ornament swap, and today is the 9th, almost the 10th. So deadline is this Wednesday just to sign up. You have to be on the Facebook page to sign up. It's super easy. You're just going to make 2 cards. And one card you'll send to your secret just for them, and the other card is for them to give away. It's just 2 cards to one person. So, and I'm going to get a little closer to that. And obviously, because I'm not quite sure, I'm not even worried about that edge. But I am going to cut this edge right here. Now, I could sparkle this, and if you guys have watched me, I love Studio G, but I am more of, again, it doesn't have to be perfect, because we're probably going to cut some of our, cover it up anyway. I'm personally more of a Ranger with stickles. I love it. My floor is a mess. I still have it cleaned up from the other day. So we have this piece cut, and I'm not really worried about some of the edges. I will say, since we're going to start with the back, I'm going to stick these over, because I may or may not use these. I'll probably use them for something else. So, by the way, for Halloween, Martha Stewart's glow-in-the-dark was really kind of impressive, and I have bought a lot of glow-in-the-dark stuff over the years. And I'm not a huge fan of Martha Stewart. Okay, so for me to have that edging around the edge, I went down an inch on 2 sides. You don't have to do an inch on all 4, otherwise it's going to be really stinking skinny. So on my cutting board, I'm just going to cut an exact inch. Kind of hard to see because it's black right there anyway. It's like a dark shadow. And I'm going to cut that one off. And I save that because you can use them for belly ribbons. You can save them for a lot. Just 2 sides, guys. Don't do all 4 because it's going to get too wide of a band. This 2 sides equals out to 4. So I'm going to stick those over. So now, and using glitter or metallic paper, especially chunky, is going to be an issue. So I'm going to go ahead and try to get this down. This is more of the finer. So, and again, if you guys know me, I hate giving up my glitter. Only because, if you know, glitter paper is expensive. So I'm going to do 2 different things to hold it down. One is always my ATG tape. I know, I always flip it, I know, right? It's one solid color. It's not 2-sided. So in something like this, I put a lot of tape, and I just ordered tape when it came in. I can order a big box of it, but I choose not to. I used to go through it like crazy. Though I probably should because of Christmas cards. And I do love to swap Christmas cards. Christmas cards and Christmas trees are my big thing. And I actually have 11 Christmas trees. I bought 6 more last year. But I use those in my yard. Anyway. So, this is E6000. You can use glossy accents. I don't know where I put that. So, I am using E6000. And please don't have this around children because it actually causes, and I could show you this. I actually read that. Cause eye contact, clean, said something about cancer. And I almost crapped the first time I read it. Normally I really don't read, but I just happened to read it and I'm going, oh my god, really? And they sell this stuff. It's either that or liver, what the hell? Liver failure. So because, and again, this is because this is glitter paper behind it. And it doesn't like too much. I'm going to put it in the corners. This stuff gets really expensive, so I try not to use it unless it's something that's not paper. And even that I found out, even if it says glass, it doesn't always work. Now I'm going to go down where you can't see. So it's the same thing. And I'm going to do a spot here, here. Because I want it to hold on the edges. And I told the ladies I was going to get this up. And I was sitting there enjoying time with my husband because Thursdays are my Fridays. So I'm going to do this and get it up and go to bed. Play some bingo. Yeah, I love playing bingo. I just miss actually going to bingo. It's always cracked me up that these little old ladies on oxygen machines sitting there smoking with all these dabbers and trolls. So I just eyeball it. If you guys do it long enough, you're pretty good. If you want to be a little OCD, it's a little okay. But you can see that it's pretty good. And I'm going to roll it down and push it down. You can see waves on it, and that's the E6000. I think I did a pretty good job smacking that on. So that is my base. And again, this is because it's glitter glue, or glitter paper. So it's all going to go in layers. And that's really cool, but it can get kind of complicated. Now this is cut out. I tried with the X-Acto last time, and to get these edges, the way I have it set up, you're really not going to see them anyway. Now I put this actually off to the side so that you can see more of, because this side's going to be covered up. Now I have to figure out exactly where I want, and I sort of measured this. I didn't use a pen, but I eyeballed it. But I want to show you guys. If you want a pocket, now I'm actually going to do the pocket a little different this time. I'm going to seal it at the top. So I'm going to flip this, and I'm going to put tape like right here. Just in that spot. And then I'm going to flip it back. Figure out where the center is. And obviously, this is going to be somewhat sealed, because I got to leave a spot open for the, or sealed for the snowman. I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to leave this, maybe pull that back a little. Kind of got to guesstimate where you want it. I'm trying to make sure I know where the top and the bottom is. So I'm going to put a little bit more up here. I meant a little more this way. So I know where to put tape at. So you're going to tape within those lines. And I use permanent tape only because when I make a project, I don't make it to where it'll come apart. And if I can't measure twice and cut once, then the big section, then I just can't do it. But again, there is no mistakes. It's happy beginnings. And I start to sound like Bob Ross. And if you guys don't know who he is from the 80s and late 70s. He is a painter. He actually inspired me. So again, just kind of find the top, which is a little good of a guesstimate. And I'm going to pull it over to the side here and a little downward. And I'm going to go ahead and put it down. So you can see that we have the pocket over here. We have a little pocket, which is going to be a pocket, I should say. And then over here. So you got a small spot in case you want to do more. And I probably will smack down a little glue here. And you can pretty much use any glue. You can use glue sticks. A lot of people like glue sticks because it's fast drying. It just depends on what I'm doing. I always have little tubes that I can fill up. So I kind of want this a little tighter. Oh, my backing's starting to move, and I don't want my back to move. That's why I'm just going to go a little bit more. I'm going to rub it this way. So it still gives me that, so it spreads it out a little bit better for me. And I know I'm not going too fast. I actually do not like when people go fast forward, at least with scrapbooking, because I like it to where people can understand. Okay, that is my one side. Let me make sure. That's my side, that's my top, that's my right side. Now, I'm going to go ahead and get into this piece because everything else falls behind it and layering. And again, we're going to be dealing with a little bit of the E6000. E6000? Yeah. And this is where it can get complicated too. Just so you guys know that. So if you flip it, you pull this down a little bit. And you want to put a little bit of a measurement here because this is where it's going to be. And then I'm going to pull this over. And I know where that's going to go. So I don't want to get her because she'll seal down that side. So I'm going to make sure that I kind of have her out. Now if you get a little part of this, like right here, it's okay because you're still making a pocket. So I'm going to go ahead and tape, and you guys are going to get a chance if you've never seen my video, because I think this is going to run out of tape. If you've never seen my video on how to refill an ATG gun, you're probably about to find out because I'm about out. So, and it's not complicated. It's funny because there was no videos on really how to fill them, and there's no instructions that actually comes with it. So a lot of people liked the fact that I shared how to do it. I figured out the trick. There were others. Now this is where I told you because of the glitter glue or the glitter paper that I'm going to have to use the E6000 again. And again, I've got to figure out, see if you can see where my measurements are. And I'm just going to go a little bit, not a lot. Yes, Justin. Justin's been a bit of a butt. I don't know if his gums are hurting again because he's got a couple other teeth. I'm going to just put a little bit. He only has 4 teeth left after surgery, so his other 4, we were hoping will be all right. I think he's just needing to, come on, Justin, come lay with Mama. So I'm going to go ahead and lay it down. Now, please remember, you can always trim it off, which is what I'm going to do anyway. Yes. And if by chance that your lines show, don't worry, don't fuss. They will be worked out later. Just not worth it. Now see, if you see, I need to do a little bit here. Now this is a side that doesn't have glitter glue, or glitter on the paper, but there is glitter glue. And again, this is that texture that's kind of smooth. So I like to, Justin, kitty, 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 kitty. My door open? It's shut. Hold on, guys. Buddy wants to see. He's going to come in and put this box away. Come here, buddy. Everybody, if you follow me, know who he is. Come on, Bubba. Come on. I'll keep the door slightly open for you. Daddy already went to bed. So it's on me tonight. And I'm not sleepy yet. I've been having issues with that. Now, if you're so worried about this, you can go ahead and trim it off. You can either flip it over, or you can put it on your cutting board. I used to date them when I made them, but I gave up doing it. So I'm going to even that out, even slightly pull out the edging a little bit more because it's not going to matter. Yeah, honey. So if you have time, kind of wait until it dries a little bit more if you're using glue. Okay, so that's going to tear it. Yes, sweetheart, come here. Yeah. You still miss Sissy? Okay, so you've got that perfect edge. So it looks good already, so as you can see. You can see that it looks great. So you still get the Starry Night look, but it's in a different format. So I really like it. I may end up liking this one better. So now that that's done, we're going to work on our mats because I don't want to worry about this part anymore for now. My mats, let me put this over. My mats, I need the cutting board for. So I ended up using red and white, which I think I'm going to stick to. So let me pull a couple. I actually have it here. If you guys are watching my videos, you know I've got some things sitting here. So I have white here. So I'm going to do a 4 by, is it 5 by, no, it's a 5 by 7. So I need to go 5.5 by 7. So the 5.5 is right up here, right at that edge. So I want to go a little bit bigger. So I have the 5.5 by 7 right here. And keep your scraps because they're used for so many different reasons. So 5 by 7.5, which is right here. And there's my 5.5 by 7.5. So because I have that piece, I like to measure one at a time because sometimes they're going to depend on scrap paper. So I'm going to go, it's now getting to, I'm only going to do it. This one I'll do 6.5, or 6, yeah, 6.5, 5.5. 6. I'm going to do a 1/2 inch higher. Now when I get into the smaller ones, I'm only going to go 1/4 more. Never thought you used geometry and algebra after high school. 7.5, we're going to go 8. I'm going to show you. This is going to be the main mat, and if you don't like the width of the matting, it's okay. So that one's done, and you don't have to worry about what the paper looks like on the back. So I have that one. Now this piece, and I'm going to tell you from doing the layout, and I'm going to show you what I'm referring to. When you do the layout, you have to consider in all effects of if you want to do extra pictures. And let me go ahead and put this together because I know I'm going to probably have to do tape while I'm talking to you guys. Pretty sure. So you guys will get a chance to see me change it. Oh, it's getting so close. So I'm going to go ahead and put the mat together. Now you guys can put a belly ribbon. You can put photo corners on them. Photo corners are pretty easy. You do like 1-inch squares and then you cut them diagonally. So now that I have this done, I'm going to want to, I like to do like this edging. And if you don't totally like it, you can always go under just slightly. This is why I don't go completely over, because I'll eventually put this down, but I also want to be able to put a mat in. But I want to make sure that it's cornered out right here, and I'm a little anal. I can be a little anal. So again, these are going to look slightly different, and it's tape a little bit there. I'm going to put, oop, we'll make that better. So I'm going to be able to, and again, if you're not used to doing certain things, this is where it can slightly be. And I'm going to put it right here so I know where I'm at. I should do the other way, but it won't be the same. Just a little. Again, if they show it's not going to be a big deal because you can always cover it up. So now that I know where everything is at, now I still got to remember that I can't go all the way around. So I can see where it's going to be on the paper. And I can go down to that line and stick it to it. I'm sticking it to the man. So you can see where I told you it was going to be over here. So I can go over that edge, over to here, and then connect it, of course. So I'm going to be able to stick that on without interfering with the inside of this for a pocket. So I'm going to go under just a little bit extra. And I do have a tape eraser, but I found that my fingers are actually faster. And I have one little line here. It shows a little glue. It's been a while since I actually taught lessons, huh? I try, and you can see it looks pretty good around this corner here. And that's another reason why I want to do a different color, as well as the fact that I didn't have it. Now, if you want to put an extra picture here, if you want to put a phrase here, and you can use, and we could do that, and then put a, we can do that. Let's put where we'll put a phrase here or right here, and then like a date. Let's keep it somewhat simple. How about that? So, without confusing you guys, you can always do extra mats if you want to do that. I'm one of those people that like having a lot of mats, because you never know, and if you don't use them, it's okay. I think this is reasonable size. So at least width wise, I would love to go skinnier. I don't know if I have any skinnier right here, but I can trim it a little bit. Let's trim it just a little bit, because it's just more or less date, because we are going to make an extra mat anyway to go in that pocket. See, here we have what's called the Walk Through Bethlehem. There's a church that actually does it. It tells a story about Jesus, absolutely free, and then they have like the animals at the end, including a camel. And they give hot cocoa out, but the lines get pretty long. I don't want to go, I could go clear out. I don't want it to be the exact size. I could put it like this, huh? Yeah, let's go that. Because it'll be a lot easier to cut this, because it's already cut, as you guys can see that. Let's pull this one out. Plus, I want to stretch the paper. So, and if you want to wing it, just wing it. I'm hoping. And I'm out. So, here it is. This is where you guys get to see me do my tape gun. I think I have one on that one. I hope, if that's temporary tape. Okay, if you're wondering what the difference of it is, the yellow is the permanent. This one is repositionable, and I won't use that unless I get desperate. Okay. So let me pull out, and they redid the packaging, and I'll tell you why, because I know the last time I did a project for a friend of mine, and she can tell you when I got the tape, because she bought me like 6 double packs, that the tape was inside out and backwards, and I was mortified. It was like $60 some in tape, and I had to send it all back. So anyway, so you can watch how I do this. You're going to flip it over, and I have fun if you pop this off. Okay, because you can see where it says open on both ways. You just pop it off. I swear by these, and when they first came out, they were $24. And now they're like $44, and I think it's because this one's 1/4 of an inch. And they came out with a 1/2 inch, which I thought was a waste of money. Because if you need something that thick, either you use the same thing or you use glue or you use pop dots. Yeah, see, even if I pull it, there's nothing there, which I always think is a waste because then this is paper. You pop this little piece in and that's done. So this is all trash. You guys get the same lesson here. It's all over the floor. The kids like playing with toys. This is definitely something for a 4 or 5-year-old to come up with a project. And I dropped the whole big room. And I have this big trash can underneath now. So I'm going to show you. Pull it out and you figure out which side's sticky. It's pretty easy. You can see this is sticky. So we're going to put sticky side out. It's a sticky side out. Sticky side down. It's sticky side down. And you're going to pull this lever back. And again, I have a video on how to do this in a lot better mode, I guess. But I guess you guys, when it comes out, you'll see. Did I do it right? Nope, I did it backwards. This is why I have problems. It's sticky side out. It's still sticky side out. It's just flipped upside down. Yeah, there we go. Even sometimes I have to look back at my videos because I have a massive brain fart. I know, right? I just say it how it is. I'm very upfront and straight. Alright, now see, this is what they don't teach you. They can have these little instructions. There's these 2 little indents that's opens like slices. You put it down through that. Pop that down. Now, again, I have that video. Now, you can turn it. I always like to turn it before I do it so it's on there really good. And then you put it back in. You see these 2 open spots here. You get it down in there. I need to clean up the tape on it. And good to go. So I'm going to wing this part. Because it actually, and I constantly flip it over. I do not know why I do that, even if it's, alright. Okay, we're gonna wing it. Get as close to that edge that equals out all the way around. I think that's pretty good. Might be slightly off, but that's alright. I'm gonna put it through this way so I can see it better. And I think, I don't know about you guys, I'm very disappointed in American Horror Story this year. Just did not make me happy. Now, if you want it to be upwards a little bit, and you can, I don't know if I have my pop dots within reason. Now, you can buy pop dots. I tend to buy a lot of the Scotch mounting tape, but I actually have some cheap pop dots here. It's by Kraft. I'm going to give this a little dimension. Just put a couple of them. Now, when you're starting to do other mats and you're using paper that has a double side and you don't like the double side, like this one for this particular project, then, now I didn't pop the other one. And the little ones a lot of people don't like, but I can show you how to use it. I haven't done a spinner card. I should do a spinner card. Post below if you want me to do a spinner card. I have videos on how to do it. They're like old, but they're way back there. I don't even know how many videos I have anymore. I mean, I used to have a lot, and I erased like 600 of them. Because I got tired of doing haul videos or Happy Meal, because I got to the point where people just thought I was rich, and I wasn't, because I sold stuff. I used to be a seller, so I sold stuff to pay for my stuff, and then bought other stuff to buy more, and then I found deals constantly. Okay, now this is going to solidify this down here, but you want to kind of average it out, because you've got to think about where it's going to be. So it's going to be slightly off of this side, and then on the other. So it's a little elevated. So that gives it that. I'm going to put a phrase up here instead of doing the extra mats and doing the phrase down here. Now, instead of doing this. So we've got a little bit different. Now, I have my stickers. I have my 2 boxes. I use photo boxes. I probably have, I don't know, 70 of them. No, I have over 100 of them. You got to watch the deals. Okay, so I told you it was confetti. And I wasn't kidding, it's actually confetti. And then again, this is where the glossy comes in. And then I did some other stuff, and I'm going to show you because I didn't have any more stars left. So I came up with another idea. But since this isn't the same paper, we're going to just put some snowflakes in with some white gel pens. I'm not going to see much of it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be fancy. Just have a little fun. I don't know if you can see that. Let me pull it back. It doesn't have to be fancy. They don't have to be big. It just makes the paper more appealing. Just a little bit. Put little dots. And this is just a white gel pen. It's kind of like a chalk pen. You can use a chalk pen. And then I just got to put a little here. Just to give it some pizzazz. Just a little bit. Like I said, anybody can do these. And I try to do that because either you can sit and listen to me bullshit, which y'all know I don't have a problem being honest. Again, I'm pretty straightforward and I don't lie. I have no reason to in my life. So now you can see where you get that extra pizzazz. And we're going to do a little more to it. So do this way and then this way. Just, you guys can do it all different kinds. And make them all different. Or like me, where I was kind of using the same one. I've got a couple different designs here. And you can center them. I centered all but a couple. Go back through. I centered all but this one. And put all dots. I'll round them a little better. We're going to do more to that. But I don't want to push my luck. So now we have a little bit different. Let me compare that one again. Even though this one's blue, this one's black. I'm actually digging this one more. But you can see with the... It's to me, it's a little more bolder, actually. I like this one. So you can also see that I had this confetti in different places. It popped it. Now, I have some other glitter glue on it, and I want to wait until the end because it can get quite messy. Now, I used a lot of the small ones, so I don't really have a lot of small ones left. I have, I may have only just have this one. This, again, you're going to have to bring up the E6000. And I think I'm just going to put that one right here on her. And then, I'm going to put one up here. Oh, I had two of them. I think I'll put this one over in this corner. Up in this corner. And I'm just going to corner it like photo corner. And then I don't think I have another small one. Maybe I'll move this one over to do this here. And then put a large one over here. Now let's put it here because I got an idea. Let's put that one there. So I'm going to put the rest of these up because I don't need them. I don't want to do too much because I am going to have to glitter the guys. And put these back. And again, I paid, what, $47 for them in Walmart years ago. I always look for their confetti for holiday because I can do so much with them. So I'm going to put that there, but we're going to have to use the E6000 for it. Yes, Justin, I told you can come in here. And you just got to watch where the mat is. It doesn't matter yet. And figure out which one's flatter. This one I think is flatter. And go a little bit on this edge because of where it's at. See how fast I'm doing this? I gotta watch. It still has a hole for the matting. I didn't move that. So if I keep it upward, it'll stay off of it and it won't dry on it. Put this one. This one could be all the way because it's not going to be opening here. And then I'll put one here. And I have one up on her, and that's already dimensionalized. And this one could be real close. I'm trying to stay on task where you guys can see. up there around her hand. Let's give her, it's giving her a little sparkle. Now, I'm going to leave this out because I'm going to need it. Now, because I didn't have the foam stars, which again, you can get at Walmart, I came up with my own. I actually have Maya Road snowflakes here. So I sat and I painted them white since I still had the white paint out. And then I glittered them with, where'd the glitter? Oh, just some cheap glitter, iridescent glitter. So I put it on the box that I was pulling cards from for the lesson. So I'm gonna place these where I want them, and I'm gonna put them slightly in different areas, and try to integrate them as much as I can. Just super quick. Over to the side up here. Just a little fun. I'll put one for her hat. No. Nope. Put it down. Put it down in the corner here. One off to the side. I didn't have a whole lot of small ones. And then I'll put one here. And I got an extra one here. I'll put that one maybe up here. I have this piece up there. So now we need to either glossy accents. And again, you can use, technically, you can use hot glue. I mean, it's quicker, but I don't technically suggest it, only because it can tear and pop off. Just depends on what your preference is. You want to use regular glue, depending on the paper, it should be alright. So we're just going to go around the paper. And these, I don't think they should be wet anymore. I hope. Well, this one I got to be careful of because of the fact that it's got a little pocket there. Now this one doesn't matter because it's not interfering with the pocket. And in case by chance it goes over, you can always clip it off. Nothing big deal. And then this little guy. Because I only did 7. Again, I wish I would have had small ones, but I've used so many over the years. I don't have any more. Actually, that was 2 packages I just combined. Now, this part's done. Unless I can find a, what you call it for it. Now, I'm going to stick this over and let that dry for a minute. I need a title. I have to have 2 boxes of just Christmas, so deal with me. If you would, please. Yeah, I take from all kinds of different ones. Yes, young man, I hear you. I know. He's just a brat. See what I got to do walk through Bethlehem. I'm pretty excited. I haven't done that layout yet. Yeah, why don't you come in and say hi? I do have these. But I don't think it coordinates very well. Any of them do. So I looked at those the other day and didn't like them. Let's check my other box. If they were a different color, I guess they could look. Making Spirits Bright could be kind of cute. Maybe if I edge it, but I still don't think it's going to work. We'll leave that on reserve for that one. Put this over and pull my other Christmas box. I legitimately, I'll have to show on Facebook. If you comment below, I will show on Facebook pictures in my room that wasn't completed, but I took pictures before Irma. So, let's see what I got in here. This one's too tiny. This one has orange, but I might be able to fix that. And that one's technically not dark enough. Nope, don't have any words on that one. I'm still looking. This is why I keep a whole bunch of stuff. That's too many words. I looked through my titles already and I didn't find it. And that doesn't match. Great title though. This one I was looking at, so I guess I'm going to use it. So, yeah. So much better. This is actually Martha Stewart. She actually doesn't have anything really out anymore. So, I don't know how I'm going to work it. It says Happy Holidays, so let's see if I can get it on there. It's still all red. I can always glue on top of things. It's okay to multi-layer. I almost wish I did the title or the piece at the top so I can write it. I could probably change it. I hear ya. I don't know if I want to move those pop dots. You know what? No, I'm not changing it. Let's see. You can always put Jolly and Peace. Let's just do the Peace because I'm looking at that going a lot of square letters. And I do have, we'll just do Peace. Put it more this way. The only thing I don't like is it blends too much a little bit. So I could have used Alphas. And I'm going to put this down more. Because they're not sealed yet. So we'll just leave that. And there a piece. It's not brown. I mean, technically it's got brown underneath, but might seal that pocket, but it's okay. We're going to leave it at that. I mean, I'd prefer to have something a little more bold. But I did promise that we were going to use that little birdie. And again, see, we're almost done. We're in the home stretch. So I'm going to cut this off right here. I cut that off right here. Smaller is easier to deal with. And again, I'm going to cut them out a little. When you're cutting without a machine and you're cutting like I am, it's called fussy cutting. So if you haven't watched all my videos, they're starting into my holiday lessons this year, then you would already know this, especially if you're new. And it gets a little harder. Cutting with tweezers don't work. From experience. I've stapled my fingers before. One time was on purpose as a kid, and then of course as adults, not so much. So I'm going to put a little tape on him. Now this is where it gets exciting after this. So I'm going to have a little more fun. Let's put a little too much. Nope. Okay, nope. I need him to stand out a little bit. So I'm looking. I guess we'll just put him over here. Alright, so he's over there. And if I can find my glitter glue. Now, you can use the same glitter glue here, which I may or may not. I really hate to use my glitter the way I'm thinking. So I'm going to make him more dimensionalized. And I want to do this after I do the next thing because I think I do too much. And I say that because I know I do. So I'm going to go in, and you guys don't have to do this. I'm going to go in and highlight that gelled. And then I'm going to do a couple extras because they're like stars you don't normally see. And just I have more, trust me. So I'm going to start running out someone soon. And I made a swap with somebody, and she probably be surprised that I have gone through all of it. No, I don't think she would be. So I'm trying to knock it down. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then I'm doing some extras on top of the white gel pen. This is where I said we were going to have a little more fun with it. So I'm going up here. I'm going to move that scissors because I think it's getting in my way. And then go up to the finishes. And again, I got to find my other one that I'm planning on using. So I'm actually, and I didn't want to do this. I really didn't. What side is the glue on? That side. But I'm going to do it this way instead. And I'm going to work her in. And if you guys aren't sure if you want to do it with your fingers, you can always use a paintbrush and go in. So it's not going to be as sparkly. And I mean, you can always put glitter on it. I don't want to do the cheeks. If you don't want the whole thing, then we're going to do the eyes. We're going to make them a little puffy. I mean, you can use glossy. So it's not as shiny, but it still gives that extra glow. I'm going to put some on her hat, on the ball. I have another one sitting over here. I just don't want to mess with getting another one out. Let's see if I can pull another one. It's right here. That's going to annoy the hell out of me. I only can use my stickles, and I'm not a big fan of using them unless it's on something really special. I'll put it down in here. Just over the white. We're going to go back in and paint it in. I don't want it totally all over me. I already got glitter all over the place from doing the snowflakes. It's so hard to get it off my floor. Am I right, ladies? I usually, if I have the chance and the time, I go and actually use a trash bag and try to do it outside. So again, it's not going to be as shiny. The other one was already that way, and it's probably why I fell in love with it, because it already came like that. And one side, like the first one I did, this one I'm obviously teaching, I just loved it. And this is why, if you find it, grab it, especially after holidays and you love it. If you want to make a gift, this will make a great altered book, altered planner, a scrapbooking album. It would be a great front for something if you know they'd like it. My mother-in-law has this love for Snowman, so I know to try to do something. I'm going to start painting for you guys, and I'll pull this in just a little. Just not so much here, but that way I can use the last of that. Go down in here. See, you guys thought I was crazy. Well, I am. So it's going to have to sit and dry for a bit. So it's still sparkly. Put a little over here and a little over here, and you're not going to really see it so much. Now there's one more thing I want to do so that you guys can see it's very similar. Where's my wipes? There we go. I really got to get me a sealed container. Put some water in it, but I use these Cottonelle wipes. I don't have diaper wipes, so I still have some sort of butt wipes, I guess. And yet Lysol just has too much alcohol in it. So if I can see where the other one went, I think I put it away after doing this project. And I'm going to be done here in a minute, so you guys can see. They're slightly different, but still very cool. Yep, the box is out. Again, I have different containers of oh, there it is. This is, no, that's liquid pearls. I don't want to do liquid. No, I don't want to do liquid right now. This one, nope, that's still in it. There it is. This is Stickles, and this one is the Candy Cane, because it has just that little bit of tangy to it, and I'm doing that because I want them to stand out. So we're going to do the holly berries with the glitter glue. Go in, put it on here since that's on here. I think I just got some glitter glue on me. It's already sparkly on the holly. And I have an uncle named Holly. Unfortunately, he passed away. Oh God, how many years? It was 2010. February 2010, so it's been over 7.5 years. I loved him. He made the best hard rock candy ever, and I begged him. I'm gonna put one down here. Begged him for him to teach me, and he wouldn't. Now I do have liquid pearl, I guess, in black that I could use a little more dimension, and I didn't do it on the other. I think it's because it's too sparkly. And I use hat pins or stick pins, and you guys know that I've given them away for years because I made one time like 300 of them, and I don't even use the ones that I have very often. So I'm trying to get it down in that hole. I need to pull the beads off of this one or get a new one. Recycle. I get glue on this. It's not even going all the way. So what else do we have? This other stick pin. This is an actual hat pin. take some of the glue off. And I'm just going to dimensionalize the eyes. There we go. You gotta be careful because you can get too much in it. So I want to make the eyes a little more dimensional. I'll make the smile a little more dimensional. So it's going to be slightly different. But I think it'll pop a little more. Make this one look more happier. Like they're talking. I'll do the little kid, but I think it's more of a boy. Now, if anybody wants to buy one of them, let me know. Because I plan on doing quite a few things, and I'll try to do double. So, if you guys want, you can do a corner here and here that looks like brads or nails. So, and if you were a little worried about this, this is the one that crinkles more. There's always a side that crinkles more. So, this one is dry, so I can show you this one. I have to worry about the other one. This one, obviously, because this one is done. This is the one I just made. Here's the original that I made. So, they're slightly different. And depending on your preference, you guys can slightly change them. And again, it's made from a gift bag. So, I hope you like it. And let me know if there's anything else that you would like to see me do. Bye, guys.